Brace yourself, dear viewers, for we're about to dive into the riveting world of high-stakes fashion showdowns. The ever so thrilling Beckham-Sussex saga continues, oozing into our lives like Irvin Yeweth's 1958 classic The Blob. Somewhat gripping but terrifying as we learn more and more of Meghan's deceitful and nasty tactics, and the media gossip temperatures are soaring to almost inferno levels on the topic. So what better way to cool things down a little than dissecting celebrity clothing choices? With you today, my fashion-forward friends, we will begin to explore that burning question, who wore it best? Drum roll please, let's get to the crunch. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn as we embark on a quest of pure objectivity. Forget about personalities, because clearly we're all Team Victoria here, as Meghan is about as popular as a mosquito at a picnic. We're about to settle this like true fashion connoisseurs, no bias, just style. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? It's time to analyse every last detail from tiptoe to top knot. Brace yourselves for a meticulous examination of accessories, shoes, of course shoes, makeup, hair and tailoring. This is it, folks, the ultimate face-off. Who is the most dedicated follower of fashion? Let the showdown commence. First up, the white off-the-shoulder dress. Victoria flaunted this number at the Met Gala in 2014, a masterpiece that seemed custom designed to match hubby, the wonderful David. We're talking about the Beckham romance, people, extra points for that. But there is a snag. And I do mean a breast-level snag. Victoria's cleavage-daring ensemble rides the line between haute couture and wardrobe malfunction. However, on this occasion, no pups were unleashed. I can only imagine a generous amount of glue is to be thanked. The Duchess of Sussex draped herself in a similar off-the-shoulder white gown by the renowned Louis Vuitton to the Ripple of Hope Awards in 2022. Now, while we're treated to this visual feast, let's delve into the sartorial nuances that have caught our discerning eye. Black stilettos, a choice that might be considered slightly less harmonious than the white stilettos that were adorned by Victoria in the similar dress. But the Duchess employs a secret weapon to elevate her ensemble. The dazzling jewels adorning her finger is none other than the 1996 aquamarine ring once owned by Princess Diana, a historical touch that adds a layer of significance to her attire, a nod to one of fashion's most iconic historical figures. Yet, let's not tiptoe around the truth. Certain aspects of the garment seem to have engaged in a battle of misalignment. The pleating is not quite in harmony with the Duchess's form. An unintended optical illusion that imparts a wider torso and, one might argue, thighs more thunderous than usual. And then the daring above the ankle slit, a choice that, dare I surmise, could be construed as evoking senatorial vibes rather than seductive allure vibes typically associated with such gowns. A calculated decision, perhaps, in consideration of the very political nature of the awards ceremony. A commendable move, maybe, albeit one that leaves us with divided opinions, not necessarily positive. I will say, however, the dress looks great when she is sitting down. And her updo hair is fabulous, chic, sleek, and goes well with the dress to emphasize her nice collarbones and shoulders. That's right, we are being subjective, remember. Drum roll please for the winner of the white dress duel, Victoria. It was a close call, but the tailoring, or lack thereof, clenched it. Onward to the chain print dress extravaganza. Victoria again, she is rocking one of her own creations, complete with a neck scarf for that extra chic Parisian je ne sais quoi. Pink stilettos, questionable, but at least they scream party in the back. And then Meghan, our contender, also in a Victoria Beckham original. The dress, flawless. The coat, perfect. The shoes, a triumph. Oh, sweet heavens, that hat! Is she auditioning for a fish and chips commercial or a good old musical classic? Cue the Fishermen Ensemble! love a musical. Drop me a comment if you know where this fabulous musical number is from. It's a classic. Final verdict on the dresses. Victoria takes the crown, mostly because Meghan's hat looks like it belongs on a maritime adventure rather than a red carpet. And now the pièce de résistance, the red dress rumble. Victoria, oh dear Victoria, why, oh why would you pair that dress with lilac monstrosities? Did Minnie Mouse provide the style inspiration? It's a puzzling choice to say the least. She allegedly had asked her fans if she should pair the dress with the lilac shoes. I wish they had said no. She herself states that the lilac shoes look wrong with the red.
Quite obsessed with it. I love how fresh it looks and how kind of wrong it is with the red.
For a woman who is known to have impeccable taste in shoes, this one came as a shock. However, the dress is very nice. I love the long front slash and the open arms, but I find the length of the arms a little bit excessive. On the other side of the ring, Meghan steps up with some matchy goodness alongside her then military-clad beau, Harry. The dress designed by Sophia, the bag by Manolo Blahnik, the earrings are unfortunately a little too much. A high neckline deserves subtlety, and these earrings are louder than a debate between a parrot and a megaphone. The ultimate decision? Well, I'm washing my hands of this one. You, the dear audience, get to decide who wore the red dress best. Sound off in the comments, my fashion judges, and may the most stylish contender take the imaginary crown. Katie Create said, not only has she had the power to be remembered as the woman who turned a prince to a frog, but she has the talent of wearing the flashiest, most expensive couture and looking like she got her clothing from the bargain bin for Playboy. Those are the only skills she has proven to actually have thus far. You're not wrong. She has had disaster after disaster. I have picked out intentionally 3 of her best outfits so that the competition was slightly more even. Of course, if you go through the archives of everything Victoria Beckham has worn, there's some rather terrifying stuff back in those Spice Girl days when she was finding her style. And I can now say she has become one of the biggest fashion icons. I cannot say if that's the case globally, but I do certainly know in Britain she is very much respected. Meghan, on the other hand, it is very challenging to find occasions where she's worn something nice. There is a handful of dresses that she's worn that are nice, but I did struggle, I will admit, to find things that would compare to the things that Victoria wore. Someone else said that red evening dress she wore was abhorrent. It made her shoulders look too broad and her waist too wide. She has the apple shape, but she's not dressing right for it. This is one of the things that if you ever listen to Victoria Beckham speaking about fashion, the first thing she says is make sure you dress for your body type. The second thing she says frequently is make sure you are comfortable in what you're wearing. The dress in which you're talking about there is another red dress that she wore, possibly the worst thing she's ever worn in her lifetime. And you're right, for that event she did not dress either for her shape nor for comfort. So who knows what was happening? It didn't look comfortable and it wasn't right for her shape. She really missed the boat there. Sam Bright says, I read this quip recently. All Meghan's clothes are handmade for someone else. I absolutely love it. That is what it looks like a lot of the time. I'm not going to lie. Of course, these dresses that we brought to this video were some of her best, so we'll give her a pass for these ones. Gina Wiggles says, my favorite fashion statement was the dress with the price tag pinned to the hem and it was just flapping in the wind. She's so inadvertently funny. Maybe she should try her hand at a comedy show, you know, like those cringeworthy things she did on the Ellen show. And then she's got the emoji where you're kind of peeking through your fingers. One of the things that I always say with regards to Meghan and Harry, they could win back some of their popularity if they showed a little bit of humility, if they were able to laugh at themselves, because they have, to be honest, done some rather ridiculous things, some rather awful things. But if they could just look at themselves and laugh a little bit, instead of suing every person who says something bad about them or sending the Sussex squad or the Sugars, whatever they're called, out to destroy anyone who's trying to joke about the situation. For people who are invested in the royal family and have been for a very long time, we can find it Very emotional, especially as we've watched Harry grow up, and now it seems so tragic that he doesn't even speak to his family. So we do need to look for a bit of light and bring a bit of joy back to it. We've got this saying in Britain, if you don't laugh, you will cry. So we may as well just go into it looking for the fun, poke a little bit of fun at it and try and move on. What's life without a little bit of a laugh here and there? Give this video a like if you think Victoria Beckham wore it best, and subscribe to our channel to help the Crown family blossom. See you down in the comments.